One of my fondest memories was on February 26, 2003. It was one of those rare nights when it's just below freezing in Houston, which is rare. And as you know, Baker 13 is run on the 13th and the 31st of the month, or the 26th if there is no 31st. So after about 10 minutes of hemming and hawing and debating with myself whether or not I was going to do this, I ran Baker 13 alone. So it was below freezing. The wind chill was pretty wicked. There wasn't anybody outside, and so I was just taking a nice slow jog from college to college, and it was a really peaceful experience.
We were having a great time in the dark of night and in Houston on our second night in college. And all of a sudden I heard voices reciting the Queen Mab's speech from Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. And they were reciting it from memory, and their voices were echoing across the quadrangle. At 3 in the morning, I stood and listened, and the group stood and listened, and we were just amazed and thrilled. And I said to myself that night, I don't know too much about Rice yet, but I think I'm going to love it here. And I did. I loved every minute of my 4 years there.
Everyone in Texas has this opinion of Rice that you tend to shatter whenever you walk into the room, that they think you're uber nerdy, or that they think you have no social skills, and maybe that's true for some of us, but not for all of us. A lot of fond memories of Rice, and now I'm into teaching, so I teach, and all my kids think I walk on water because I was able to get into Rice and graduate.
When I was at Rice, I loved being a walking study break. And that's pretty much, I think, starting around after dinner, I would walk around to different friends and go to their dorm rooms and just enjoy some conversations. I had such a great time being there, and I think what makes Rice really special is the element of community that you don't get really anywhere else, of being at your residential college, being at Hanson, and seeing so many of your friends in such a small place. It was phenomenal.
Jones, class of 2007. Also, Sammy the Owl for the class of 2007. Had a great time just running around the field, terrorizing the other teams, and unfortunately we didn't make it to the College World Series that year, but I was actually banned from the University of Tulsa. I may have made an inappropriate gesture to the assistant athletic director when I was taking his hat and wiping my rear end after we had scored a touchdown. I was kicked out, but fortunately we ended up winning a double overtime. Chase Clement to Jared Dillard. Probably the greatest sports moment that I actually saw in person, aside from watching the TV and seeing the 2003 College World Championship. So go Owls.
I came back to Rice and finished my electrical engineering degree in 1947. And it was during the spring of '47 that I met my lovely wife, Lucille.
We met at Rice University on the little trolley that goes around campus.
I had noticed her, and so she was on the bus, and I just went up and sat next to her and introduced myself.
And we're married now with a little 8-month-old baby. So thanks, Rice, for introducing us to each other.
Rice is full of so many crazy memories, but so many wonderful memories as well. I mean, some of the best years of my life. It has made me the person I am today.
I love Rice. I love to go back down to Houston anytime I can, and I've already got my reservations for the hotel the whole week of our Centennial celebration. I was part of the semi-centennial. I'm going to be part of the Centennial.